In this extra video, we have another old format that I'm hoping to return to this year. The history short story style I did for a bit earlier in the channel's life. These are, as the name suggests, short videos, generally single topic ones that don't require a longer form, but that I still find interesting enough to cover. For this case, it is actually something I already covered in a longer video, although that was quite some time ago. During the research for SMS Gobin, Yavuz, as she was known for most of her life, I came upon an interesting story. At one point, after fighting a Russian dreadnought, a seaplane landed alongside the ship. This was well before most ships carried cranes to lift planes from the water. So what was her German crew to do? Improvise, of course. Let's look at what they did in this video. This story took place on January 8th, 1916. On that day, Yavuz had just finished one of her periodic long-range duels with Russian warships. In this case, a brand new dreadnought, Imperatrista Ekaterina Velikaya. Leaving aside that I probably butchered that, this battle was an inconclusive one. Yavuz was far from her best shape at the time, and barely faster than the Russian ship. However, she was faster, and managed to pull away around 10:40 that morning. Neither ship had done any substantial damage to the other, and the German-Turkish crew brought their battlecruiser home. However, while sailing to safer waters, a seaplane showed up around 11:30. This was quickly identified as German by the markings, as it came to a landing beside the battlecruiser. The crew of the seaplane claimed to have steering issues, and requested Yavuz to pick them up. As I said earlier, the battlecruiser distinctly lacked a seaplane facility. They certainly didn't have a crane capable of lifting the plane. So, bearing that in mind, what options did the crew have? They could leave the plane behind and just rescue the crew, although that would have been a waste of valuable war material. As such, the decision was made to get the seaplane aboard. Now, how are they going to do that? By being enterprising geniuses and using one of her turrets. Some bright spark looked at Yavuz's wing turrets, then the seaplane, and came up with the idea. The aircraft taxied up beneath the turret, and the crews rigged ropes to one of the gun barrels. With this somewhat questionable job done, the crew of that turret elevated the 28-centimeter, 11-inch barrel. This acted as an impromptu crane, pulling the aircraft aboard. It makes for quite a sight in the couple of surviving pictures. And, in spite of how wacky it sounds, it worked perfectly fine. In fact, it worked so well, it wouldn't be the only time this was done. On February 2nd, 1916, the crew did it again. Yavuz was used to transfer 400 men and 2 aircraft to the front line. And, once more, her guns were used in place of cranes to move the planes around. I don't think her German designers ever intended for that. It makes for a fun story though, doesn't it? Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and I'll see you in the next one.